Welcome. This video is over simplifying expressions. So here is our key. So x is represented by a white rectangle. Negative x is represented by a dark rectangle. A 1, positive 1 is represented by a white square. And negative 1 is represented by a dark square. What is the symbolic representation of this using the algebra model? So let's see. According to this thing, I came up with 5. So let's see, these are x's, 3 groups of x, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could say 6 plus 3 groups of x. I could say x plus 2 plus x plus 2 plus x plus 2. So here's an x plus 2, another x plus 2, and another x plus... Ooh, I could say 3 groups of x plus 2. Oh, I should say there's 3 groups of x's plus 3 groups of 2. I can't think of any more. So you know what? I'm going to pull up this and see what else I came up with. So 3x plus 6, check. 3 groups of x plus 2, check. 3 groups of x plus 3 groups of, check. 6 plus 3x and x plus, hey, I got all of them. What does that show? Sweet. So can you try, let's try it again. Another one. Can you represent this? Can you come up with 5 ways? So let's see. I see x plus 4, x plus 4, plus another group of x plus 4, plus another group of x plus 4. I see 3 groups of x plus 4. Anything else you see? I see 3 groups of x's plus 3 groups of 4. Or how many x's do you see? I see 3 x's. And how many individual units do you see? I see 12 units. Anything else do you see? Well, I see 12 units plus 3 x's. There might be some more, so let's look at this. What else do I have? Let's see, x plus 4. Good. 3x plus 12. Check. 3 groups of x plus, check, check, check. I got all of them. All right, so, let's make one harder now. So in this one, what do you see in here? So let's get my click read pen. I see x, 2 x's. This is minus 1 plus 2x minus 1 plus 2x minus 1. So I see 3 groups of 2x's minus 1. All right, so 3 groups of 2x's minus 1. How many groups of x's? I see 6 groups of x's plus I see 3 groups of negative 1. I see how many total x's do you see? I see 6 x's. And then I see plus 3 negatives. Is there another way I can rewrite this? What about 6 x's minus 3? What about this? I see negative 3 plus 6 x's. So let's see. Let's see if I came up with it. So 2x minus 1. Oh, got it. 6x minus 3. Got it. 3 groups of 2x minus 1. Got it. 3 groups of 2x. Oh. I actually found more than oh, this is not bad. I found actually more. There's 3 groups of 2x's and 3 groups of, okay, negative 3. So I actually found an extra one here. 6 groups of x plus 3 groups of negative 1. Not bad at all. Again, many ways to represent an expression, an equivalent expression. So what we're going to be learning today is something called zero pairs. When you have a negative x with an x, they cancel out and become zero pair. just like a 1 with a negative 1 will cancel out, become a 0 pairs. Some people do not like drawing this legend. They prefer they prefer drawing, instead of drawing these squares, they rather draw pluses and minuses. Just like we learned in integers, a plus and minus cancel out. So we are going to model this. So 3x's plus 6x's plus 2 more x's. Do you see any 0 pair? Do you see anything that's going to cancel out? Is there a simpler way of writing this? Because this is a lot of tiles to draw. What about saying 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? There are 11 groups of x's, or 11 groups of x's, or 11 x. Next one, x plus 2 more x's plus 7. Do you want to draw like this way, or do you want to draw positives? Your choice. I'd rather draw positive. I think it's faster drawing positive, but it's your choice. So how many x's do you see here? Do you see anything to cancel here? I don't see anything to cancel. So I see 3 x's plus 7. What's another way I could have written it? You could have written it as 7 plus 3x. But usually, when we write expression, usually the variables come first, then the quantity. So 3x's plus 7. So now this is where it gets a little harder. So we have negative 3x. So that's each negative x is a dark rectangle. Plus 5x minus 4. Is minus 4 positive or negative? It's negative. So I'd rather draw negatives than that, but your choice again. So here it says take out a red pen. Why do you think we're taking out a red pen here? Any suggestions as to why we're taking a red pen? The reason why we're taking it is we're going to make some 0 pairs. We have a negative x with an x that becomes 0 pair, 0 pair, 0 pair. These go away. So what is your final answer? We have 2 groups of x's, and then we see plus negative 4. Do you know another simpler, more simpler way of writing this? What about 2 x's plus negative 4? Do you know an even more simpler, using less writing? 2 x's isn't negative 4. If you have, think about, if you have negative 4 money, that means you owe money. Is it the same thing as saying minus 4? So all of these are equivalent. 2 groups of x's plus negative 4. 2x plus negative 4, or 2x minus 4. All right, next one. So negative 4, instead of using this, I'm going to just draw a negative sum sign. Minus 5. What's another way to say minus 5? Is it positive or negative? Minus 5. If you take a 5 away, it's like negative. Plus 8x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So do you see any 0 pairs here? Do you see any positives here? Positive units? No. Do you see any negative x's? No. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus negative 8. I'm perfectly okay with that answer. But can you generate another equivalent expression? What about 8x? And can I make it more simpler? What about minus 8? When you take 8 away, it's the same thing as saying negative 8. Also, yeah, another way someone could have said it is 8 groups of x minus 1. So here is a x minus 1, here's a x minus 1, a x minus 1, a x minus 1, x minus 1, x minus 1, x minus 1. Wait, stop, hold, stop, 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 stop. You know what? I feel very embarrassed by this. I am going to have to erase this whole thing and redo this problem again. I realize it says negative 4 minus 5 is like negative 5, and 8x's. I think I miscounted when I was doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 x's, and let's count the number of negatives. Plus negative 9, 8x minus 9. Next one, I see an x. I see positive 4. I see minus 2x. So let's draw two dark rectangle because negative x is represented by a dark rectangle. I see minus 3, which is represented by negative 3. Let's take out a different pen color. I should have gone back to, oh well. This will make a 0 pair with that. These three positive will make a 0 pair with that. So we are left with negative 1x plus 1. Or do you know more simpler ways? A negative x plus 1. So 1 positive. So negative x plus 1 positive. Next one. That's 3 groups of 2x's. So I see a 2x. I see another 2x. Another group of 2x. So 3 groups of 2x. So how many x's did I draw? I drew 6 x's, or 6 groups of x. But which one is more simpler? 6x is more simpler. Next one, negative 2x. So each negative x is represented by a dark red. Net minus 4x, which is the same as saying negative 4x, plus 8. And I'm going to draw positive instead of drawing the squares. So how do you see any 0 pairs? I do not see anything to cancel out with it. So I see how many negative x's? I see six groups of negative x plus 8 units. Do you know another simpler way of saying 6 groups of negative? What about negative 6x plus 8? So there's negative 6x's plus 8. Next one, 7 positives. 2, 4, 6. Let me erase this last one. 7 minus 5, which is negative 5, plus 3 x's. Do you see any 0 pairs? Make 0 pairs with the x's? No. But I can make a 0 pair here. Let me take out the red pen now. Where's my red pen? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. These make 0 pairs. So I see 3 x's plus 2. 3 groups of x's plus 2. Both of them are equivalent, but this is more simpler, saying 3x plus 2. And now create your own expression. What about if I created one? Let's create one. Let's do 2x minus 5x plus 4 minus 3. So 2x's minus 5x plus 4 minus 3. Let's take out a different pen color and circle any 0 pairs. These make 0 pairs, these make 0 pairs, and they all go away. So we are left with 3 groups of negative x plus, this is 0 pair, so plus 1, or negative 3x plus 1. And so the last part of it, what we're going to do in class is we're going to be getting some algebra calcs, and you're going to be dumping it. You're going to take a nice dump onto your table. So for example, this person dumped all of these onto the table, and then he wrote down all of them down. X plus negative 1 plus 1 plus negative x plus negative 1 plus negative 1 plus 1 plus negative 1. Then using 0 pairs, let's see if we can make some 0 pairs here. This makes a 0 pair. This makes a 0 pair. This makes a 0 pair. So what are we left with? We're left with 1x plus negative 2. Do you know a more simpler way of writing this? And x plus negative 2. Do you even know of a more simpler way of writing this? X. If you take 2 away, isn't it the same thing as minus 2? And that is how you do it. So that is how you simplify expressions.